Hey everybody, the following is an excerpt from the monthly Rahdo Roundup, and if you'd like to see the rest of the Roundup, you can hit that eye up in the top right corner of the screen, or if you'd like to know more about the game, you can follow the link down in the show notes. And with that out of the way, let's talk about
Dungeons, Dice, and Danger. How did I get so many games played this month, especially when we were on the road so long? Hey, you know what? Roll and Rights are great games to take on an RV trip to Alaska, as it happens. Although in this case, we actually played with a fan of the show named Andrew. We had a bunch of time to kill between returning our RV and getting to the airport. So Andrew reached out and said, well, hey, if you got nothing better to do in Anchorage, I'll play some games with you. And so we went to his house, and one of the games we played was Dungeons, Dice, Danger, which is a roll and write from Richard Garfield. That's right, Mr. Magic the Gathering. You know, I'm one of the most influential designs in history, and with good reason. So I am always interested when Richard Garfield does something new and different. And for him, a roll and write is a very, very cool new thing. And this is a fun game. It is quasi-bingo style in that every round, there's a lead player who rolls 5 dice, 4 of them white, 1 of them black. And everybody has to make 2 numbers out of that by adding. So like if you rolled a 1, 3, 3, and a 4, that means you could have a 7 and a 4. Or a 6 and a 5. I might have those numbers wrong. I don't even remember what numbers I just said, but you get the idea. You have to combine, each player figures out, how am I going to combine 2 of these dice to get 2 numbers? And then I look on the map that we're exploring for rooms that have that number, and I fill them in. But I have to be expanding from rooms I've previously been to. So a big part of this game is trying to keep your options open, because you can be exploring multiple different caverns at once. And so if you're in a situation where, hey, where I'm at right now, I could use an 11, or I could use an 8, or I could use a 3, then that means when I'm trying to figure out the pairs, I probably want to make one that has an 11 or an 8 or a 3. And so that is a fun system. And then the actual spelunking, the dungeon exploring, is very nice. The game comes with 4 different maps. They all have unique monsters and special rules for them that gives a fair bit of variety. The presentation is fantastic. Oh, and I forgot the one other thing. Whoever rolled the die, there was also a black die. If they want to, they could ignore one of the 3 white dice and use the black die to make their pairs. So they have a little bit more control, a little bit more flexibility than everybody else. And that keeps going around, from turn to turn. So it's sharp. We very much enjoyed it. Enjoyed playing it with Andrew. My only problem with it is it's a little long. It is a fairly light game. I mean, it's not to say there aren't some interesting, tough decisions, but it is a pretty simple, straightforward game. And I mean, it's the rules officially say it's a 45 minutes, a 60-minute long game, and that sounds about right. But this really feels like it should be more like a 20 to 30-minute game, or 40 minutes at the most. And now I should say, by the way, folks, in case you seek this out, please understand there's got to be one of the worst rulebook typos in board game history, because it makes you believe that one player has to personally defeat every single monster in the dungeon to win. That's not wrong. That's wrong. It's a community. Once all the monsters have been defeated communally by everybody. Hey, I beat 1, you beat 2, Bob beat 3 over there. Oh, all 6 are beaten. It's over. But even when played correctly, we just felt it was a little bit too long. And I kind of wish there was a variant, an express variant that says, well, hey, if there's 7 monsters on the thing, the game is over once 5 of the 7 monsters have been. And I think that'd be more interesting too. Because it can happen that, oh, well, hey, we're all just waiting for you to finish that last monster. Nobody else can beat you on it. We've all got a long ways to go, so you're just waiting for you to get the numbers you need to do it. If it ended a little bit sooner, I mean, I think that would kind of ratchet up the in-game tension, because can I actually get this thing done? If we're not going to do every single monster, and you and I are both down to the final 2 monsters, we're racing with each other, because only one of those 2 monsters will be beaten. I think something like that could have really elevated quite a bit. Although, look at me, questioning Richard Garfield, the creator of Magic the Gathering and Robo Rally and King of Tokyo. I'm just some schlub with a camera. Although I did design video games for 20 years. But anyway, we still enjoyed it, but with a little bit of tweaking, I think this could have come into our top 10 of the month. But as it is, Dungeons, Dice, and Danger comes in at number 14.
And thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference, believe me. But with that out of the way, if you'd like to see some more, over on the left, you can find a playlist of a whole bunch more Rahdo Rapid reviews. Up in the top right, there's the latest thing that's been added to the channel. And in the bottom right, you've got something YouTube recommends. Okay, folks, thanks for watching.